Drop a like on the video if you want the monster to return in Fortnite. The hype for the end of this season is building up. The live event is just around the corner. We've barely scraped the surface on what's to come. The monster, the robot, the doomsday device. There's a ton of speculation for this event. This is everything we know so far. The Imagined Order have set up their new home after finally digging their way back onto the map. They had a bit of a rough ending at the end of Chapter 2 with the whole island being flipped upside down. Now it's time for revenge against the Seven. The Chapter 3 map is the home of the Seven, with their main base being the Sanctuary. But this is where things get interesting. The Imagined Order's mission this whole time was to keep control of the 0 point to continue the loop. But the 0 point is still currently in the center of both maps, where it should be. The Imagined Order are preparing to fight against the Seven, but why are they digging down into the ground? To get to the 0 point? No, not this time. This time, war is at hand, and the Imagined Order are currently digging to find the location of a Devourer to help destroy the Seven once and for all. The Seven's mission is literally to take the 0 point out of their control of the Imagined Order to leave the island to rest. They're the good guys. The Foundation, the leader of the Seven at the beginning of this season, told us he wants to break the loop once and for all and to send everyone back home. But little does he know, the Imagined Order are on the other side of the map and they're up to something. Leakers have found distant groaning noises linked with covert cavern of the Catus monster, which will be arriving very soon here in Fortnite. Leaks also suggest a giant drill will be added to the brand new Imagined Order's base covert cavern. A huge part of the storyline that no one's really talking about. There's currently this platform, which I think is the drill itself. What's really interesting is that it looks like this drill is drilling straight down into the ground towards the center of the map. So could it be this big drill is on the search for the 0 point? I mean, it makes sense, right? And the smaller drills in the cave are drilling towards the buried Devourer monster instead. I think that's highly likely. After all, this is the first time the 0 point has been out of the hands of the Imagined Order. In the past, they've kept it in their headquarters and in the vault. Talking about drills, it looks like we'll be able to drive a special type of drill known as a tank. It's pretty much a drivable driller with 2 seats, one for the driver and the other one for someone controlling the turret on top potentially. These will be used in the Reality War live event. So the Imagined Order are preparing heavily to dig and to find this Devourer. My guess is that this dig site on the map right now was used to find the skull of the Devourer that was killed in Chapter 1 by Singularity in the Mecha Team robot, to help the Imagined Order to kind of get a better understanding on how to capture this creature. They could even be taking DNA samples and creating their own monster. Either way, a Devourer monster is on the way, as heard by the leaked audio files. Talking about Singularity, she is expected to return back in Fortnite here just before or even during this live event. Singularity, aka Paradigm, was originally the protector of the 0 point inside the vault. That was until she ended up using the 0 point to destroy the Devourer. She shot up into space in the robot, but left behind the 0 point exposed, and the Foundation, the leader of the Seven, isn't happy at all with her for doing that, and that is why she is reluctant to return home. She is known by the Seven as public enemy number 1, even though she's part of the Seven. This is explained to us in the tape recordings of the scientist, another member of the Seven, trying to get in contact with her and sending rockets into space to try and find her. But both missions have failed. Why is that? That's because the Imagined Order have just owned up to sabotaging both missions. Cool, I mean, this is just the start of a huge war that is yet to come. I bet the Seven can't even believe the Imagined Order have just done that to them as well. I mean, the Imagined Order have only been on the map for like 2 weeks and they've already stopped 2 rocket launches. The Imagined Order don't want the Seven to get hold of Paradigm and most of all, the robot, because when Paradigm returns, or if she does at all, it'll be in the robot. We're also waiting for the appearance of the sisters and the Origin. The Seven will need all members surely in this fight, so expect to see them soon. Remember, this is only the beginning of the chapter. I personally don't think either team will win during this war, because otherwise that's the storyline over, right? I think this war between the Seven and the Imagined Order is only just beginning, and there's going to be a lot more things in the future to come. But it doesn't stop there. This is a reality war, right? That means a lot of people are involved, and leaks suggest that Midas will be involved in this live event. It looks like Tilted Towers and Covert Cavern weren't the only 2 points of interest being added this season. Epic Games have even more in store for us, and this is what to expect. A brand new point of interest, codenamed DD Machine. And you're probably thinking, like, what does that even mean? It seems super likely that this will be the Doomsday device. As we know right now, Midas is living on the map, and in his restaurant, the plans for the Doomsday device can still be found. To back this up, even old friends from Chapter 2 Season 2 are currently hiding behind enemy lines in Covert Cavern, Mousekills and Skies. I've got a feeling somehow this will play a huge part at the end of the season and live event. I wonder how the Doomsday device is going to get involved. Funnily enough, there is a connection between Midas and the Imagined Order. Remember, way back in the day, Midas used to be a part of the Imagined Order school. There you can see Dr. Sloan teaching the class. And he ended up departing the Imagined Order and creating his own alliance. That's how he learned how to stop the Fortnite loot, by breaking the storm. So maybe when Midas does come back, he'll join forces with the Imagined Order? We'll have to see. But he also could be a part of the Seven. Maybe he left the Imagined Order because he didn't like the way they were working with the 0 point. So he wanted to stop the Fortnite loot just like the Seven want to do. Maybe Midas isn't a bad guy after all. And this is a live event, right? What normally happens during live events? Points of interest get destroyed. We have seen it in literally every live event in the past, so in this live event, what points of interest could be on the way out? First of all, the Daily Bugle. As we know, this season was a collab with Marvel's Spider-Man for this season, and when the season ends, how do they get rid of this point of interest? My thought is that it's going to get destroyed somehow in this event, as is expected to soon, at some point in the future, turn into a volcano, as seen by these loading screens. I assume part of the Sanctuary and Imagined Order's base Covert Cavern will get destroyed as they both take attack on each other during this war. The Chapter 3 map that we know right now will change quite drastically because remember, a war is taking place. And the one thing that's kind of unknown about this season and its involvement is the statue. It's the fact that last week we were able to move it, which means it's a movable object, which brings up the fact that if it can move, why can it move? The last time we saw a statue of this size was of Singularity, and that ended up, as you guys know, being a sword which was used by the mecha team leader to kill the monster. So if the robot does return, will it end up that this statue is a sword in the live event? And there you go, that's everything we know about this live event in Fortnite. There is a huge Fortnite update happening this Tuesday, so I'm sure we're going to find out a ton more information about the live event as it's the last update of the season. I've picked out this video just for you up on screen here. I reckon you enjoy it. I'll see you over there.